So in today's video, it's a rainy day. We've got some leftover rain coming from a hurricane that was down south, so it's been pouring all day. So I've been in the house doing artsy-fartsy kind of stuff, and I've had a comfort blanket that I've been working on for the hospice for over a year now, and I'm almost done. I'm just binding off. And as I was binding off, I was thinking, this is not natural for me. I used to do something else, and I couldn't remember what I did. And then, of course, it clued into me, and I thought, well, I will put that on the video. So, basically, in the last video, I showed you how to cast off. And when I showed you how to cast off, well, let me show you actually first the blanket. So the blanket I've got, get donated fiber, okay? So I've kind of made it the same on both sides, okay? And it's not finished yet because it's not wide enough, so I need a friend to actually crochet to make it the proper width on both sides. So, but I have to bind it off and get rid of it first. So before I do that, let me show you the types of stitches, okay, that we can look at here, okay. So we've got the very common stitch here called garter stitch. Okay, so garter stitch basically is that it's going to be the same on both sides, and you'll knit the first side, you knit the back side all the time, or you purl one side, you purl the other side all the time, and you're going to get this kind of ridge kind of look. Okay, and it's going to look the same on the other side. This one up here is called stockinette. Okay, and it has to be very, very common in knitting, where you're going to knit the side that looks like this. Okay, so when this side is facing you, you're knitting. But then on the other side, okay, so if you look at the other side basically, all right, is the purl side when you're purling, and you get one side that's knit, one side that's purl, okay? Now, again, you can mix these stitches up and make patterns on one side. So at some point, I'd like to make a video of just making a bib, which shows you how you can use patterns just by using your knit and purl. So let me reset the camera here, okay? And I'm going to show you how a second way to bind off. That's a little bit of a stretchier bind off, which is the one I tend to use. Okay, so I tried to rearrange myself so that you can see it the same orientation that I'm seeing it. Now again, I'm right-handed. Okay, if you're left-handed, you probably want to watch somebody who's right-handed, like in front of them, because that will show you what it should look like for you. So the last bind off that I did, and I'm sorry that this is dark, it wasn't my intention. The last bind off that I did is that you knitted one, got it on your hook, and then you knitted a second one, so you had two loops on your hook, and then you lifted the bottom loop over the top loop, and it finished. And then you knit one more, so you would have two loops, and you're just always doing that all the way along. The way that I've always done it is that I knit two together, okay, like this, all right, and that knitting two together is going to give me one loop on this particular knitting needle. What I do is I put it back on the original needle, okay, and then I knit two together, all right, and basically do that, take it off, put it back on, all right, and then I'm going to knit two together, put it back on, and I'm not sure if you're seeing it easily enough, but basically, okay, let's see if I can bring it closer somehow. So you're doing knit two together, all right, bring a single loop onto this needle here, transfer it back to the original needle, and then knit the next two together. You can also purl, okay, depending on what it is that you're doing. And I usually do that all the way along. And then when I get to the very end and I only have one loop left, I will take this yarn, cut it to a certain length, put it through the loop to basically finish it off. Now, what's going to happen though is that obviously I want it to be long enough so that I can take my darning needle and then kind of put it into the actual weaving here, so that basically I'm not going to see it, okay, instead of having to make a knot at the end. I hope that helps, okay. Sorry, I'm going to face you now. I hope that helps to just give you a variety of bind off. The bind off that I've just shown you is more of a stretchy bind off. I tend to use it actually most of the time. I don't tend to use the other bind off as much. And I think it's called a stretchy bind off. I tried to find it online because I just know it as a bind off. And I see online that people call it the stretchy bind off. All right, so have yourself a great day.